Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Josie's Point of View, where we focus on human interest stories from the Carolinas and beyond. Today's Thursday and it's May the 16th, 2024. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new to my channel, I want to thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you find the information here to be informative. And if you're a returning viewer, by all means, thank you for coming back. You know, I always say the tide changes so frequently here on these YouTube streets. So you always have to acknowledge where your support comes from. And I want you to know I sincerely thank you for your support. Feel free to like and to share this video. And don't forget to subscribe. And our story today comes from Clayton County here in North Carolina. Take a look at that headline. And it reads, North Carolina man sentenced to over 125 years for child sex crimes. I'll provide you with a summary here, and as always, I'll place links to a few of the full articles in the description box. Well, just in case you're wondering why I continue to do these types of stories, it's because there is a need for increased public awareness as to the dangers our children are facing every single day. And at the same time, I want to remind victims that they should never give up hope. I want to encourage them to speak up and share their stories because no matter how long it's been since they were violated, they can still achieve the justice they deserve. And today's video is a reason for celebration. It's a hi-fi moment because another predator has been brought to justice. He has just received a sentence of a lifetime behind bars, which is something we don't see often enough. So it's important to celebrate when it happens. So this man here, 50-year-old James Louis Martin, a North Carolina native, his crimes against children extend beyond North Carolina into several other states before the law finally caught up with him. Now, he was first arrested in May of 2022 after it was reported that he had exposed himself to a group of children at a local community pool. And they said the age of the children were between 8 and 10 years old. And I'm thinking, 8 and 10 years old, where were the adults? Were the adults that he was able to get that close to the children? Nonetheless, that is what happened, and he was arrested. Now, it also was revealed that the prior November, neighbors in the subdivision where he lived had filed a complaint with police that he was having an inappropriate relationship with an 8-year-old girl. I'm thinking, 8-year-old? Where's the mama? And of course, you can only speculate what was alleged because, when children are involved, very little information is ever released to the public. But he was arrested, and when news of his arrest was reported to the media, when police let the media know, other victims came forward with complaints of being sexually abused by Martin at his home a few years earlier. In fact, this abuse had apparently happened in his home for several years. So Martin was arrested and in charge in May of 2022 with 5 counts of indecent liberties with a child and 5 counts of sexual offense of a child. And his bond at that time was $200,000. And one of the good things that the Clayton Police Department did, they made it known that the case was going to be still open, and they were encouraging victims to come forward. And that's exactly what happened. There were additional victims out there. And now we begin to see a connection to other states. Last year, the Clayton County Police Department received notification from the United States Secret Service, the Louisiana field office, that a minor female had come forward with accusations of a sexual assault when she lived here in Clayton, North Carolina. Now, it's important to mention that this revelation came while the young girl was attending a special program known as Operation Angel Summit. And this program, Operation Angel Summit, is an educational summit aimed at preventing sexual exploitation. And it was during one of these sessions that the young child came forward and spoke about her abuse. So the Clayton County and the Secret Service now begins an investigation. And guess what? They find that it was not only this young child, that Martin had also violated one of his siblings. So he had sexually abused 2 young girls in the same family. It's just shameful. Now, the two young girls reported to investigators that they had been sexually violated multiple times by Martin. It was done at his home in Clayton, here in North Carolina, during the summer of 2022, 2021, and then at a hotel in Hillview, Kentucky. So now you have another state agency, the police department in Hillview, Kentucky. Now they're included in this investigation. And he was charged with 3 counts of first-degree statutory sex offense with a child and 3 counts of indecent liberties with a child. So he started off with a bond of $200,000. It was eventually increased to $750,000, and as additional charges on additional complaints came forward, his bond was eventually increased to $1.72 million. It was also reported that Martin at one point had charges in the state of Massachusetts, but I'm not sure of the outcome of those charges. But the district attorney's office covering his county revealed that this man had sexually abused different children between the ages of 4 to 13 in Mass, Kentucky, and North Carolina. And you know what? I truly believe that additional victims are still out there, considering his history and considering the fact that his crimes cover many states. I truly believe they've not gotten all of the victims. There are people out there, young children or young women, who have yet to come forward with their stories. And during pretrial deliberations that took place earlier this year, he pled guilty to some of his crimes. It was stated that sentencing was delayed in order for some of the victims who lived out of state so they could travel to Johnson County and speak in court. So they waited for them to get here so they can give their victim impact statement. And they spoke about the horrible crimes Martin had inflicted upon them. And then the judge showed him absolutely no mercy. A few days ago, he sentenced him to 125 to 175 years in prison. That's 125 years minimum that he must complete. The district attorney's office issued a statement after the sentencing stating that although this was a difficult case to prosecute, thankfully this sexual predator will never again see the light of day. And that's the reason why I say this is another hi-fi moment. Another sexual predator, a deviant, a reject, an undesirable is off the streets for good. He can never again hurt another child. You know, whenever you do videos, you never know where it lands. You never know who's going to look at it. And I always say, if I'm able to reach one individual by a video, my mission is complete. So if you're looking at this video and you're a victim, I want to say to you, it was not your fault. I want to say to you, you're never alone. I want to encourage you to speak up and tell your story. Remember, there's no statute of limitation for child sex abuse. So it doesn't matter how long ago you've been victimized, you can still get justice. So I want to encourage you to speak up and let someone know. Take your voice back, share your story, and claim your victory. And that's all I have for you right now, but feel free to leave me a comment below and let me know what you think about this video, and by all means, feel free to like it and to share it. And if you haven't done so already, I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel by clicking on that red subscribe button. It's on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. And if you click on the bell that looks like just like this one, that's the notification bell. If you click on that notification bell, you'll be the first to know whenever a new video is uploaded. I thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.